What is up, Need for Speed Racers? It is I, Alex Cornnut, your wheelman. We're here today with the viewer-requested Corvette Z06. This thing looks great. I want it to be so good, but it is middle of the road. There's a reason that we don't build a lot of Corvettes here on the channel, because honestly, outside of the ZL1, this one kind of underpowered. So I'm going to go through the quirks, the features, and everything that is different about it. Kind of compare it to the other Corvette that we've already got built. I will link that one at the end, so that way if you want to build a really good Corvette, I've got that for you. But let's dig into it and have some fun. The engine that you're using in this particular build is the third engine over. It is the 2.9 liter V6, 505 brake horsepower when we start. We go up a long ways from there. For the parts, you're doing Elite Platinum induction, Gold Super ECU, Bronze Sport fuel system, Gold Super exhaust, and Elite Platinum single turbocharger, Sport Bronze nitrous, Elite Platinum road suspension, Silver Pro brakes, and Elite Platinum grip tires. It comes stock with a Silver Pro clutch, and then you are going to put in the Silver Pro 6-speed transmission. I'll walk you through kind of the differences on that. Actually, if you do the 5-speed, it takes it out of the class, which is insane. And then we run the Elite Platinum differential. I run nitrous drift and nitrous grip for my auxiliaries, that way I can do my micro drifts. And then for the handling, run that slider 60% as far to the grip side of things as you can get. Steering sensitivity 2 clicks high. Downforce, go 1 low off the center, that's 329. Anything lower than that's out of the class. Honestly, this car needs as much as it can to get up on the top end, because it's really lacking at the top speed. So on the big end of things, once you click into 4th, 5th gear, it's kind of sluggish. And so lowering that downforce is going to help you on the acceleration side of things. Not much. But the car is a little downforce sensitive. Like, that is all 329 in that section. But as soon as you start to go this way, you can end up adding 6 points just by lowering it. So I would say that this car does react to downforce pretty consistently, and you guys are going to want to look into maybe playing with that slider a little bit. Traction control off. Drift entry for me is brake tap. I'm about to make the hard transition and turn over to gas tap and try to learn that, because that's where the fast guys are at. That is going to give you the 2013 Corvette Z06, 201 top speed, 767 on the horsepower, 615 on the torque. For comparison purposes, it says it does 201. It will, in a very long straightaway with some nitrous and some boost involved. Real talk, this car goes about maybe 180, 190, and that's kind of the most you're going to get out of it. It is underpowered for the class, in the sense that it doesn't accelerate as hard as some of the other cars. Our other Corvette that we've got built on the channel, which I will link at the end that you can build, it's got over 1,000 horsepower, so we are considerably under that. When building this car, I tried all the different motors. I bought every part for them to try to get a bunch of different configurations for S. So let me kind of walk you through those. I mean, you'll see the V12 has got less horsepower and torque. The 3.0 i6 is less horsepower and torque. That's the one we're using. Less horsepower and torque, less horsepower and torque, less horsepower and torque. So you'll see that there is a trend there. None of the engines got us where we needed to be. And it was really funny, when you put in the 6-speed, it actually takes it out of the class for a lot of those. But when you put the 6-speed in this particular engine, it actually gave me 6 extra points to play with. So that way I could add a little more power to you. So at the end of the day, the 2.9 V6 is definitely the motor far and away for the best horsepower and torque. But the car is just lacking in the big end. And so you're going to be fighting uphill battles. But that doesn't mean you can't win. I've got some gameplay footage at the end here. You're going to see I run a couple of F40s. I think those guys were together because they were both racing me a little hard. But, you know, I can race hard back. And so I've got some of that for you. You can check that out. It's pretty cool. That being said, I also ran some other guys that had some good driver mods. And I didn't win a single race in the playlist. Like, I was running another guy that was in a Lambo, and we were on my favorite track, which is Rapid Transit, and I was doing the best I could in this car, and he was just far and away ahead of me. Mind you, we were running like 244, I think was his time, and I ran like 248, which a good time is like a 228. So that gives you an idea. Like, we're way off pace, but this car just doesn't have the pace. But you asked for it, so I'm delivering it here to you. It does look like Webster's Corvette from Most Wanted. I did the very best I could to get it dialed in for you guys. I think it looks pretty sweet. And the exhaust dumping out the side, that's pretty dope. I like that a lot. Viewer request means you guys asked for it. So drop a comment down below on what you guys want to see next. Whatever comment gets the most likes will be the next build that I bring out for you guys. Right now, this car was requested by Trendsetter Tarek and Justin. Both of those guys put a comment. They got a lot of likes in the last couple of videos, and so I definitely needed to bring it to you. So doing justice on those comments. And right now, the 600 LT is up next. Mr. Mad put that one out there for us, and a lot of you guys voted for that one. So 600 LT soon to come. Thank you guys so much for participating on this. I'm having a blast. Over the weekend, I'm going to be working on the Cornnut Challenge series, and I'm going to be bringing that to you. I might change the name. I haven't decided just yet, but it's going to be a lot of fun, and all of you guys can participate, and it'll be very easy to participate, and I'm really trying to make it so anybody who watches my videos might throw a time in there to try to just get ranked up. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I've got some special twists that I'm doing to it to make it so nobody is going to get blown out. It's going to be very condensed groups, and you don't know what group you're in until after you submit your time, and so it's going to be a lot of fun. More to come. More to come. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for that gameplay footage. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. The Scenic route is the S-Class endurance race. This is a good showcase of what the car can do, and some insane degen lines that were not on purpose, but you know, when you full send it, you just got to commit and make it work. We launch in third gear here. The car launches pretty well. That exhaust just dumping out the side of the bumper is so dope. It's very unique to this car, and I love that. And that's kind of where the love stops. But overall, it does get it done. Now, Big Buff, Kisma, we really don't see him much. I'm doing a little micro drift trying to get that 3-bar. We're going to cap that around this corner and just start getting back up to speed. You'll see that this is a pretty long straightaway for this track, and watch how slow we're accelerating right now in 5th gear. There's just not a lot going on there, you guys. We are going downhill now, so we've even got that advantage to us. Click into 6th, it does like nothing. Really, you want to drive this car like it's a 5-speed, forget 6th gear exists, and just wrap out 5th gear. It'll take you to about 199, and it's a lot more power at that end of things, so keep that in mind while you're racing, you guys. Now, I'm micro drifting through here, turned into a full drift, getting some near misses, got that 3-bar, we're going to get right back up to speed. This is not a great showcase of the track, because honestly, this car is very slow on this track. It's just slow in general, but it doesn't mean you can't win. You got a good driver mod, you run clean, you'll be fine. But if somebody else has got a good driver mod and they run clean, you won't be as fine. Now watch this turn. We do a 3-bar midway through the corner, turn way sharper, and we're in the woods. And we come back out on track, and that is a very new degen line. I think that might have been the first time I've ever taken that, and it was really clean, completely unintentional, so that way you know it's good. We out here. Use the 2-bar to get back up to speed. I've got one more little degen line that I do up here unintentionally, and just it flows. So far we've got a relatively clean run. Definitely not super optimized, but in this car there is nothing optimized. Got a nice micro drift through there. Compare that with the near miss. 3-bar, awesome. Use that to get right back up to speed. You'll see that we're just in 5th and staying in 5th. Yeah, I really didn't click into 6 very many times after I learned that 6th gear is really long. Mind you, if we had like fuel in the game and we had to worry about our fuel economy, 6th gear would be baller. We'd be getting like 35 miles a gallon on the highway going 110. But you know, for racing purposes, 6th gear's a little long in the tooth for what we need to do. Now, I'm weaving traffic in the dangerous section, which is the middle, but that allows me to get near misses on both sides, and I like that. We're using our NOS, using our boost to get up to speed up the hill. It's a little rowdy. You're going to be fighting this car in every turn, you guys, but that doesn't mean it's, you know, okay. I can't sell you guys on it. It's mids. This is Cornnut builds mids is the way we'll put that. But hey, no off-road tires, so it's probably pretty good. We go cruising through this corner, get our boost up. I would have liked to have had a 3-bar there, but it ended up giving it to us a little early, so we didn't build anything. Overall, you guys, if this was an A+ car, it would be a real banger. But it's an S with A+ stats. This is a pretty long track. I'm almost cut right there because I'm so used to doing that on the other tracks. Coming through here with our 4-bar or 3-bar in 4th gear. How about that? We are going to cap it around this corner, get a nice clean line, and jump into the track. That's pretty rare that you're able to do that. Let me back that up just to show you one more time because it's pretty wild. We hit the 3-bar, turn real tight, go into the grass, hit a little rock, and then just jump. It's sweet. Definitely little crazy lines, and it's all in one run. And it was the only time I ran the scenic route on this car, and it's just different. We out here just doing it differently, you guys. The other races are a little more fun to watch because there's a little more friendly competition. Those F40s are coming up. But right now, most cars are finishing. Like 406, 407 is cooking on this track. So my other boys in the F40s, when they're running, Seike, Hex, D-Gag, some of my other friends, like we got a bunch of people that are finishing right now. And we've still got, 10% left to the track. We out here. But that really is the difference. The car just isn't fast in the top end of things. Launch is really good, handles pretty consistently, looks beautiful, but not as competitive. So I don't want to surprise anybody. I hate poo-pooing all the builds I bring to you guys, but honestly, I don't want you to build it and be like, man, Cornnut, I spent so much money on this car and it's trash. I'd be like, dude, I tried to tell you. But that is a nice, fun, clean run with some D-Gen lines on the scenic route. Now, let's go get spicy with our F40 friends. This is the first race of 2 with our F40 buddies. I didn't, at this point, think they were racing dirty. I wasn't even sure if they were together, but when you catch 2 guys in F40s that click up and join the race at the same time, it's, maybe. So, anyway, we launch in 3rd. We get a good hard launch. Those F40s launch a lot harder than that, so I think they're playing automatic, which is fine. Nothing against the auto players. But that gives you an idea of where we're at. Like, they're walking us immediately. So it's going to be everything we can do to catch up. Now, their driver mod isn't as good as mine. The skill issue, they both go hit the tree. They go 1-2 right into that. That's a sweet move. They're buddies. They're buddies. One was ramming himself in the back door of the other. I do a Tron turn there, gets a little wild, hit the taxi cab. So now it gives them an opportunity to catch back up after their tag team in the trees. Such cute guys. Now kiss. Trying to get back up to speed. We're cruising through, hitting the gas station, but we missed the section of the gas station that actually gives you the NOS, so it was kind of frivolous. Still able to keep our lead. I'm waiting on these F40s to pass me at any moment. And you'll see that on the yard side of things, they're not really gaining on us too much. MK Beats, he's right behind us. He's getting a little closer, but Denzili was way far back, and it looks like MK must have hit some traffic there. So we're going to use our boost, get up to speed. The car gets rowdy right there. Be ready for that, you guys. If you're full lock and you're boosting, the car is going to do some special things for you. Using our boost to get through that corner. Going to be tucking in tight, going here. So this is the only time we really see the F40s is at the start of the race. But you'll see that they're trying to claw back some yardage on us because their cars are a lot faster. I think they're a little frustrated. Their adventure in the woods together wasn't super optimal. But it's okay. Watch the next race, and that'll give you an idea of how these guys roll. They both raced me a little harder than I would have liked, and I gave it right back to them, so that's a lot of fun. Ideally, though, if you're running an F40 in S-Class, I mean, even if you've got the wrong build, you shouldn't be getting walked on by this car like this. So it's all good. We're out here having fun. Coming through here, you guys, you want to do corners and straighten out, and then turn in, and then straighten back out, and that's going to allow you to get yellow bars midway through that corner. If you just hold one steady line all the way through the corner, you'll get one 3-bar, and so you can maximize a lot of boost in that corner by turning in, straightening it out, turning in, and then straightening out. Alrighty, off the grid. Now this is where I realized that these guys were probably together and also racing dirty, unless they both just like were of one mind and they're like, oh, that's Alex Cornnut, the dirty racer, let's get him. We launch in third, get a good hard launch. We are able to walk away from them just a little bit, and then they're going to start gaining on us. Denzilli, he did not get a very good launch at all, so we were able to get a pretty good gap on him coming through there. Our man MK Beats puts us into the trees. And I watched this clip a couple times before that, and I was like, you know, that seemed a little intentional just by the line he was taking. It wasn't like he was trying to turn too much. I was like, okay, we can do that. So on our way by, we're going to get with Denzilli here. Coming up into this corner, if you can build up boost to make the corner real sharp, that's what you want to do. So we cap it, go through there. I believe on his screen I touched him. I'm sure he felt like I clipped his car there. With the way desync is, that's what it would have looked like. Now here, I'm like, you know what? Okay, dude, you want to cut over to the left on a right-hand turn? I see how you play it. I like to play. Let's play. Let's go. So I get into him on purpose there to get him up to speed. I was actually trying to get a takedown, but I wasn't carrying enough momentum. But that set the tone. I was like, alright, so dude wants to play. I got you, fam. I got you. We've already made Denzilli behind us upset, but he's far enough back that we're not going to see him again. Now, our boy up here, it's going to come down to a skill issue. He doesn't know how to navigate traffic. We're going to cut to the left, cut to the inside here. It's going to be good. He rear ends that truck, slows down a bunch. Now, I'm sitting on my boost. I'm like, alright, cool, let's hit it. And I rear end him. He tries to cut over when I'm accelerating. Let me back that up. And misses the checkpoint because dude's more focused on me than he is on running a clean line. So watch, I set up and aim for the inside of the checkpoint. He cuts over and misses the checkpoint, rear end him. He gets a reset. His race is done. Guys, if you are gonna run dirty, don't miss your checkpoints in the process. You know, you and your buddy go kissing in the trees, that's fine, that hurts nobody. But if you're gonna try to cut me off, dude, don't miss your checkpoint. Come on, boy, come on. So we're going to put the gaps on him, take him to Gapplebee's. It's 400 yards, it's 1,000 on the other guy, and we're cruising up from there. Those F40s should walk this Z06 all day. They are so much faster than this car in every facet of the game. Top speed, acceleration, launch, turning, consistency, trotting. I mean, you name it. The F40 is the meta world record setting car for a handful of these tracks, and then we just out here in Webster Z06, which is a great car, but it's a little outdated, you know, like Most Wanted was a long time ago. You'll see that they do start to claw back a little bit of yardage on me for a second there when we're going in a straight line, but I think once we add a turn to the mix, Beats and Denzilli just having some troubles. You know, could be a skill issue, but it's all good. Makes for good content for you guys to watch, right? 2 minutes 45 when we hit this checkpoint, and so pushing like 250 when we get over the finish line. Really not a good time by any means. But with a good driver mod and some goobers that like to go kissing in the trees, you too can beat some F40s in the Z06. I just. Beats and Denzilli, if you're out there, shout out to you guys for racing and having fun. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.